Hey, what is up YouTube? Jaardan here, playing some Modern Warfare Remastered today, and lately I have been playing Singles Ladder, Modern Warfare Remastered. I've been playing Gamebattles Variant S&D as the setting, and this is a match of Singles Ladder versus the team name is Powerhouse, username IKomp, K-O-M-P, I don't know. But, so, some stats on IKomp, before we get too much into the match. All-time Modern Warfare Remastered singles, he has 112 wins to 8 losses. He was 8th place in the winter 2017, 11th place at the beginning whenever I played this game against him in the spring of 2017, and 39-4 so far in the spring. MLG rank of just 150th on all of MLG. That's his MLG rank. So, with that being said, we're playing some singles ladder 1v1, like I said, MLG S&D on strike. As you see, we get the first round win up 1-0 in this match. So, my singles ladder success has been very limited. I'm not going to lie. I've done pretty badly, especially starting out. I believe I started out 0-6 or 0-7, and then before this match, I was only 3-12. I had played a couple tough guys. Before this match, the highest ranked player I'd played was ranked 50th. After he was actually 54th, and then he beat me and moved up to number 50. But I haven't played any of the matches bad. Like, there was only one match I think I played just flat out awful and just got my butt kicked in. Because I always start out really well in these matches. Like, I'm up like 3-1, 2-1, 3-2, even 3-0 or 2-0. And from that point on, I just get destroyed. I don't really know what happens and what changes. But so, whenever I got this match selected against the number 11th ranked player currently in the spring 2017 ladder, I was not very confident. This was actually the very first game I got onto. In no warm-up game, nothing. Playing IKomp today, and we're up 2-0 now. And this was a fantastic match. I just want to say that coming out. Try not to spoil anything too much here, but this match overall was fantastic. Like I said, I'm 3-12 at this point, going up against 39-4. I didn't have a whole lot of faith in myself going into it, but after these first two rounds, you know, I'm getting a little bit of confidence built up, and getting excited. But this overall match was fantastic, and I'm glad I was able to play against a player of that caliber. There was an issue I had with it though. At the very end of this match, you'll see he disconnects from the game before it officially gives me the victory and backs out of the lobby. He leaves before it gives me that and before it shows the final kill cam. Reason he does that is so he can dispute it, which is not cool, man. Like, I mean, I understand, okay, you're ranked so high and I'm ranked really, really low. But you lost. Like, stop trying to cheat the system and do things right. I've already uploaded my own dispute footage back, and I'll also probably link this video on a second ticket for the same match as well. But like I said, I won, but he disputed it and tried to act like he won, which isn't cool. But all that footage and stuff is pretty clear at the end, so I'll just let you guys see that. But that is a spoiler alert. I win the match versus the number 11th ranked player. And even though I maybe shouldn't have, I mean, like, I'm doing some pretty risky things still. I'm up 3-0 though now. But like I said, I've been up and I blow leads, and this really was a fantastic game. It goes all the way to round 11. But I hope to do a little bit more of this, and like I really just started this because I wanted to kind of just test the waters of MLG, and I've kind of backed out of the team I was having, or the players that I had on my team. I backed out of that because some circumstances were just weird and it just wasn't really working out. But I am interested in still doing this 2v2s and a 3v3, 4v4 team thing, preferably 4v4. So I really just did this kind of to test of the waters and see how MLG would be and if I had a real chance to compete at all. And what I found out early on was I didn't have the experience but I had the skill, I think. And that's kind of what's been true so far for me. Like I said, I played the first few games like they weren't. I didn't just get flat out destroyed. I played close games. Like I think my very first game was a 4-6 loss on like Bacon or something. But they were close, and they were against some players who had some decent, pretty good records. And like I said, it just came down to not having the knowledge of the 1v1 SMD situation. Like, give me a few rounds, and I'm gonna come into my own. And that's kind of what's happened here recently. I've actually now won 3 of my last 5 games with this one, counting if it counts, which it should. But with this, counting this one, I've won 3 of my last 5 rounds after the really slow start. So that is where things are picking up a little bit. Like I said, I went like 0-6 or 0-7. I finally won a round, and then I went like 0-5 or no, not 0-5. Like I lost like 3 or 4 more in a row. Anyway, it was like I said, I was doing bad. I really was. Like, but none of those losses were bad losses. I had a lead probably at some point in every single game I've played. I usually start out with at least either like a 2-1 lead or at least the 1-0 or 2-0. But like similar to this one with the 3-0 lead. I had it. I start out with it. I just lose it at the end. And there's been games I've literally been up 2-0 and ended up losing 2-6. Like, I don't know what changes. I don't know how well the other players adapt and what I do wrong when I adapt. But that's what was happening. And so recently I've gotten better at that. And I've been playing better. One of the wins was actually that I've done recently was actually a rematch versus a player who originally beat me, I believe 6-2, and I ended up winning, I believe in 10 rounds, 6-4. So that was like a huge turnaround. I believe it was on the same map even. Like, so like the circumstances were basically the same, but I flipped the script just from having enough experience. Because I believe I played that player either in my 2nd or 3rd game overall, and then they were whenever it comes around to them being like my 10th, 11th, 12th game, you know, I have a little bit more experience under my belt, and I understood a little bit more what I was doing. I've always been trying to be more aggressive. Like whenever I play Call of Duty, I'm an aggressive player, and that's kind of just my mindset and kind of how I play. But this is different. It's a lot different, especially one-on-one, because if you die once, you're over, and these guys are sitting. Like it's a lot of camping, honestly. Like it's really slow pace for me. So me and this guy though, we got in some crazy firefights. If you didn't see that one on round 4, that was ridiculous of a firefight for like a full minute there, trying to get each other, both knowing where each other are. This one, getting a little bit of a firefight going on here, but I'm kind of pinned, trying to get out of here. The last bullet in his Desert Eagle gets me. So like I said, I'm blowing this lead, man. 3-2. Now, like this last bullet shooting off the wall. Can't even really see me, man. Just a luck shot, but he got me with the Desert Eagle, so good shot there. 3-2. Like I said, I still have respect for how good he is. This player, like how good comp for Powerhouse was in this game. I really do respect like that you've been here, but you've been doing this and you've been doing so well. But what I don't respect was the fact that you just couldn't accept the loss. I mean, obviously, if I'm accepting all my losses, like I was literally 3-12 going into this game. Like, I'm not disputing those 12 losses in any way, shape, or form, and I have no reason to. I lost. It's fair and square. Just do it. Now, I mean, like I said, I understand you're 39-4, but if you lose, just say you lost. Upon further inspection after this, though, I did see that this player had disputed his last 4 matches. I'm not sure if all those were his disputes or the people disputing him back. I don't want to assume anything on that. But I mean, like, if you're disputing all those matches, then there's an issue there that you need to fix yourself. Like, accept the losses and move on, because clearly you're not doing what it takes to win. If those matches are being disputed and you're the reason why they're being disputed because you're losing. Like I said, I'm more than happy to take a loss. I've had people I don't want to accept a loss to, who have come back at me and been kind of cocky about it or said something, but there's no reason for me to dispute it whenever I clearly have no evidence, and I'm not going to go try to create or Photoshop my own evidence somehow. in any way, shape, or form about it. Well, it's just wrong though. Like, really, like, if this means that much to you, go play the wager matches. Because, like, you're not gonna, because there's no if, and, or but about that. Go play the wager matches, or get out. Like, you don't deserve to win if you can't accept to lose, and that's literally how it goes. Like, that's just like any normal person would think that same way and would agree. But yeah, so this was the longest game though, and it really was the best game. Like, I have no issue with how the game was played. Like, there's been some people who have literally sat in corners waiting for me to come around the corner. I've been like, are you at least going to play at all? Or are you just really going to sit there and wait for me the whole time? But this was a well-played, fought match. We were both all over the map trying to find each other and trying to make plays. Like, I really did enjoy it, and I had the most respect playing against this guy up until I found out that he disconnected to dispute at the very end. Like, that's the only issue I have. Like, is that you're disputing what you're disputing the fact that you lost, even though you lost. That's literally the only issue I have. But this is so much fun. Like, playing games like this is what Call of Duty and competition was made for. Like, to play in these intense scenarios where you're shaking and where you don't know exactly what to do, and you know any move could be your last, or any move could also propel you to victory against a highly ranked player. Like, it's awesome. It really was a great feeling, and I had so much fun playing this game. I was frustrated at some point, especially after this moment right here where I go down 3-4. Like, I was just up 3-0. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? So, and this was a dumb decision. I mean, I knew he had grenades and stuff. He had been throwing a couple grenades at me all game. Getting behind the car, like you notice, I tried to back up there, but his stun got me, and I was done. I was just done. There's nothing I could have done in that situation. So I'm down 3-4, and now it's time to switch to the old M16. I'm not good with the AK-74U at long range. That is clear if you're watching this video, probably, that I'm not great with it. I use it mainly for a close quarters weapon on maps like Vacant and Crash, both really tight maps that need kind of a submachine gun. The M16 wouldn't be as effective on. I mean, there of course are areas where the M16 can be effective on basically every map. Every map has a long hallway or corridor or alley of some sort where an M16 can be effective, but this map is a little bit more spread out for the most part. Like, things are a bit more open, and it's a lot easier to use an assault rifle on this map to get kills in, because the submachine gun range isn't always there, and that's kind of how I was with this AK-74U. But I'm down 3-4 now, so obviously I got to mount a comeback, because this, like, the frustration going through me right now is if I lose another game like this, it was just building up in me. Like, I'm up so much, I can't choke it away. So tie up 4-4 after round 8. We're going into round 9 next. Just 3 rounds to go. Best of 3 is all that's left. It's a best of 3 series now. We both have had our warm up. We both had our runs. Like, it's time to go. This is all. This is it. You know, like, man, I was so nervous. I was so shaking. Like, I hadn't even have a warm up game at this point, so I didn't expect myself to be playing as well as I was playing. And that's probably part of the reason my shot was so off. But at the same time, I could also, of course, make that excuse while I was playing how I was. Like, I was kind of playing more passive, more carefully because of that. So he almost naded me here in the courtyard. And if he would have got a hit marker on that nade, I would have been in trouble, because he would have known exactly where I was. And it would have not been good. But I'm waiting for him to come. I'm waiting for him to enter the courtyard. So far, he hasn't done it. Not coming from this little cafe over here. Nothing. He's coming backside. I don't know. We're looking for him. We need... This is a big round, because going down, having to win the last 2 rounds both is difficult, and that wouldn't be the ideal situation. But he's right there. He doesn't see me. You get him in the back a little bit, in the back. But you take what you can get, and that's... He didn't see me. I saw him. That's how it goes. Up 5-4 going into round 10. So now it is match point like game point right here. It's a best of 1 match. So whoever wins this wins. It's not like we go to a new map and play a best of 3 series or best of 5 or 7, whatever. This is it. Like whoever wins this one single map on strike wins total. You know, first to six wins, best out of 11 S&D series. Man, I really was shaking. Like I was so like at this point I was so excited. Like I'm like I can do this. I can win this game. And that's what I was going for. But I got a little too jittery. Like I played like I mean obviously like I'm crouch walking right now. Like yeah, I'm playing quick, but I really am. Like for how this goes, I was aggressive and a little too anxious to get the job done. But so I go down with the plant on B-bomb here in the little market, and I should have done it. You gotta check your corners on this thing. I did it earlier on before I planted there, and I should have done it again. But I should have went and checked the 2-story. There's always somebody in the 2-story. Like, go up to check the 2-story every time. And the one time I didn't, he gets me right there whenever I could have had him. In the AK-74U, in that tiny little area, I have the win if I do that. If I check that 2-story before I plant the bomb. So now it is round 11. I am on defense. Pulling out the M16 again. Should have stuck with it maybe, but I mean at that last round I don't think it would have made much of a difference because I didn't get any shots off. It's just about how you play. So I went to the street early. I was looking for the quick shot, the quick kill. Like I wanted to end it right then and there. I didn't want there to be a last second type situation. I didn't want to be so nervous. I was like shaking all over the place. He didn't challenge me until now. Like he's way over there. I think we both have M16s. Challenging across the street here, and I mean it was so close. Like again, I got a couple hit markers. I could see him a few times, but I couldn't get a clear shot, and I couldn't get enough burst from my M16 that I don't think he could get away from. And then at this point, like I didn't see him for a second, so I was like, if he's gonna come up behind me somewhere, I gotta get out of here. If you're a sitting duck in an MLG match, if you sit in the same spot too long, you will die. There's no way around that. Like somebody will see you. And whether they can get a shot on you or not, they will see you and they will find a way to get a shot on you before you ever see them. So it was intense, man. Like I was shaking. Still upset about the dispute part, which you will see very soon. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did for beating a top-ranked player one-on-one in this single ladder Gamebattles variant S&D match, and so comment below what your thoughts are on the single ladder and like playing some more one-on-one matches. I'd love to get a challenge. Like if you want to play me and you want to challenge me, I'd love to see it, or I'd love you to challenge me back. I do only want to play the Gamebattles variant rules. I don't want to like go play like a 1v1 on shipment because I mean all you gotta do is know the spawn traps and you win. But yeah, so if you're interested in that, comment below, and I'll leave some information on myself in the description. And subscribe to the channel if you're new and you haven't already subscribed. And this is it right here. Get the kill for the win. Like there's no his username pops up right there. So if I have to send some footage in like that, zoom in on his name, I'm gonna do it. But clearly get the kill and the win there. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Jaardan, and I'll see you guys later.